Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This is my Ekbab and Iktab boss guide video. Sorry for the way I sound or if I cough. I actually have pneumonia at the time of recording this. So I have never played Path of Exile 1. My only experience with ARPGs is going to be Diablo 3 and 4. But I came across this game, we were really hyped for it, really wanted to check it out, and haven't been able to put it down since. So this game has quite a few bosses that gave me a little bit of trouble, some more than others. And then I came across Ekbab and Iktab. These bosses are no joke, and they are what I'm calling Ornstein and Smo. So right out of the gate, you're going to notice obviously there are two bosses. There's a caster, and then there's going to be the Mastodon. I have tried multiple different ways of taking these guys out, from killing the caster to killing the Mastodon, to trying to get them relatively low at the same time and seeing which one works best. And from my experience, attacking them both, but killing the caster first is the way to go here. Personally, I found it a lot easier to deal with the Mastodon with the caster effects than I did the other way around, which is funny because in Dark Souls I also think it's easier to deal with Ornstein first and then Smo. So this is the exact same thing. So when it comes to this actual fight, like I said, you have to find a way to damage them both constantly, but Iktar, the caster, is going to be your main focus. He's the one that needs to die first. When it comes to dealing with the fight itself, I find it kind of easy to just kind of tune out the Mastodon. He's really not that big of a deal. It's kind of why I think it's kind of good to get their health low at the same time, but then kill the caster first. The Mastodon isn't really the problem in this fight. The absolute plethora of AoE attacks the caster is throwing this entire match is where the difficulty of this boss fight lies. Personally, one of the abilities that got me killed the most is going to be this green orb that shoots in all directions. I actually find it easiest to just kind of slow roll through those, and most of the time those won't really hit you. Because of that and how fast the ability comes out and immediately starts dishing out dumb damage, I highly recommend hugging the walls the entire time, whether that ability is active or not. And most of the time it won't kill you because you're not close enough to just start eating hits. Now when it comes to the Sorcerer specifically, I'm not familiar with all the other classes, but I'm trying to find ways here throughout this entire fight to have passive damage going, even though it's not as much as my direct damage. So I constantly have my solar orb and my firewall around him in case I can actually hit him and get a boost of damage. And if I can get close enough, I also activate the Orb of Storms, I believe is what it's called, to just sit there and do passive electrical damage to him. Every chance I get as well, I'm also putting the Electric Curse on him. I do not remember what that one is called, but I constantly make sure that every time I am able to hit him with my electrical abilities, that he is vulnerable to it. Now when it comes to the Mastodon in the background, again, I do not think he's that much of an issue in this fight. So I'm kind of just paying attention to when he's about to do those really big stomps right there. And when he's getting real close to me, I just try and reset a little bit. I try and stay out of his way, let him do his thing, and then refocus on the caster as much as possible. So now that the caster is dead, what you're going to notice is those orbs I was talking about trying to avoid. Now they're just smaller and they're more aggressive. So there's going to be one that homes to you, tries to get to you, and then there's going to be that one in the back that constantly spams those abilities, and they will duplicate themselves. It is a serious pain. I try and just keep as far away from the missile one as much as I can, and those other ones aren't really that much of an issue. Honestly, I haven't even taken damage from them, I don't think, so I don't know if they're that big of a deal to actually get hit by, but just keep away from the one that's shooting missiles and stay on top of the Mastodon, and you should be able to make pretty light work of them. So that is my Ekbab and Iktab boss guide video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I'm not too familiar with these games in general. I'm pretty new to them. But I did want to share my experience with this boss and kind of show you what I'm working with here at the end. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments. I'm open to critique. And thank you for watching.